Long ago, in a quiet little village, there lived a poor laborer. Each day he toiled under the sun, digging soil from the fields, loading it onto his old donkey, and taking it to sell in the nearby market. It was a simple life, hard but honest. One morning, as he was digging the earth, his shovel struck something hard. Curious, he brushed away the dirt and uncovered a sparkling stone. It glittered beautifully under the sunlight. The man stared at it in wonder, but had no idea what it truly was. Thinking it to be nothing more than a shiny pebble, he tied it around his donkey's neck with a piece of string and went about his work as usual. Later that day, while walking through the village, he passed by a grocery shop owned by a wealthy merchant. The merchant noticed the gleaming stone swinging from the donkey's neck and asked with interest, "Hey, laborer, what is that bright thing hanging on your donkey?" The laborer smiled and replied casually, "Oh, that? It's just a shiny stone I found while digging today." The merchant admired its glow and thought it would make a nice decoration for his shop. So he offered, "Sell it to me for 50 rupees. The laborer, having no use for the stone, happily agreed. He took the money and went on his way, while the merchant proudly hung the glittering stone on the beam of his weighing scale. Soon the stone caught everyone's eye. Customers who came to buy goods often stopped to admire its beauty. A few days later, a jeweler visited the shop. When his gaze fell on the stone, his eyes widened in shock. He examined it closely and realized it was no ordinary gem. It was a priceless diamond. Controlling his excitement, he asked the merchant, "Where did you get this stone? And why is it hanging here like an ornament?" The merchant chuckled. "Oh, that? I bought it from a poor laborer for 50 rupees. It looked pretty, so I hung it there." The jeweler saw an opportunity and said, "Would you be interested in selling it?" "I'll buy it from you," the merchant shrugged. "If you really want it, pay me 100 rupees and it's yours." The jeweler, being miserly, frowned. 100 is too much. I'll give you 80 rupees. Take it or leave it." But the merchant refused to lower the price. The jeweler, thinking he could return the next day and bargain better, walked away, planning to buy it later for 90 rupees instead. That same evening, another jeweler happened to pass through the village. His cart broke down right near the merchant's shop. While waiting for help, he noticed the diamond hanging from the scale. His trained eyes recognized its worth instantly. Without wasting a second, he said, "I'll give you 100 rupees for that shining stone. Do we have a deal?" The merchant, surprised by the sudden offer, agreed at once. The jeweler paid him the money, took the diamond, and left before nightfall. The next morning, the first jeweler returned, ready to buy the stone for 90 rupees. But when he looked at the scale, it was gone. "Where is the stone?" he asked, alarmed. The merchant replied calmly, "Oh, someone came by last night and purchased it for 100 rupees. The jeweler's face turned pale. Realizing what had happened, he exclaimed angrily, "You fool! That wasn't a simple stone, and it was a priceless diamond. You sold it for a mere 100 rupees. The merchant laughed lightly and said, "My friend, I didn't know it was valuable." "But you did, and still you haggled over 20 rupees. So tell me, who's the real fool here? The man who sold what he didn't know, or the man who lost a treasure over greed?" The jeweler fell silent, filled with regret.